duty to 1 or 2%.
Lesser.
No, just bring it to 1 or 2%, because then
just 1 or 2%
absolutely
from 9%.
absolutely, because then what will happen is that there'll be more transactions. Business will be much better for everybody, because people will buy homes more often. They'll buy and sell, which is very important.
All right.
So that's one area they should really do something about it. The other area is the government should bring down taxes on VAT. VAT is another area where is adding a lot of woes to the developers, and in turn the developers have to pass on the cost to the builder, to the buyers and users. And the service tax also has to be brought down.
Okay.
So if they have to boost the real estate business, if the government is really serious about it, they should get these things in place immediately.
Do you think they will do it?
Well,
Or
we
do you
hope and
think-
pray.
Okay.
Well, nobody's talking about it, because recently everybody's talking of the developers reducing prices, but the government is not talking about losing some revenue from their end. Right now, I'm told the registrations in Karnataka have really come down. There's hardly about 5% or 10% registration happening, what was happening earlier. So the government should get that in, because registration fee is quite a major component to the exchequer of the state budget, state government.
All right. On that note, we have to go in for another short break now. We're talking about NRI investments. NRIs have contributed a lot in transforming the Indian real estate market. We'll continue to talk more about it. Stay with us. Welcome back to the program. We're going to be talking about leisure homes or weekend homes in this segment. We are in conversation with Zahed Mehmood, Director, Silverline Realty. So tell us, Zahed, we were talking about stamp duty before we went for the break. Now, which is the state in India that has the highest stamp duty?
Well, I think Karnataka still seems to be one of the top states which is charging the highest stamp duty. So that's one area which the local government has to look at seriously.
So could we say Karnataka attracts the highest investment?
Well, one of the states, but Maharashtra stamp duties are much lower.
Lower? Okay.
Stamp duty is much lower in Maharashtra. So I think Karnataka government should look at it seriously and reduce stamp duties here.
Right. Now, when NRIs invest in India and leave back to their country after that, they are often concerned about the maintenance of their property. So how do they safeguard their property?
Well, as a company, Silverline is one of the companies who look after homes for these NRIs who are overseas. We maintain their properties, we pay all their taxes for them, we get them clean. Whenever they come back, we have them in a ship-shape condition. We rent them out for them. Okay. That's one aspect of it. And another aspect is if they have relatives, which again sometimes becomes a problematic issue. Sometimes, sometimes relatives are old, aged parents are there, so they can't look after it. So it's better they engaged a professional property management company who looks after that, which is available in India now. So people are doing property management, and it's better they look at companies who look after that for them.
So having said that, would you say that there are more and more reliable property management companies in India?
Absolutely, absolutely. A lot of people are coming out of this. This is one aspect of the real estate business which is really growing, and it is going to grow in a long way. And reliable players in this business are very, very important.
Okay. Now, what about the leisure homes segment? Let's talk about it.
Oh, that's very interesting, because a leisure home is going to really be the next future. Of course, it's at the moment, I would say it's going to be only with the very affluent. We've got a lot of properties coming with golf courses. Mm-hmm. People are making huge golf courses, which have about 400, along with 400 villas with international design golf courses. So that would be a segment where the rich and the super rich and the people who are aspiring to be there would consider buying these kind of leisure homes.
Right. Do you see people investing in those kind of homes here?
Of course, of course. But again, the whole economic situation should start looking up a lot better. But it is a very good market. It's a very good market. And it would cater to, especially to the affluent and the NRI sector to a major, major extent.
Right.
The rich and the super rich would really be having homes which they would like to be in.
Now, are these gated complexes, when you say leisure homes, we're talking about homes within a gated complex?
Most of these are gated homes, okay. And they are a distance away from the city. So you can't mix up these gated homes with regular homes where one could commute every day. So the gated communities are, I would say, different from the leisure homes. Leisure homes would be, let's say, about 50 kilometers or 100 kilometers from the city center, or again, places like these hill stations. Lot of development is happening there also. So people are buying their second homes in maybe a hill station, or maybe some place like Goa, the seaside locations. A lot of people.
Now, what is the price range that we are looking at?
Well, again, range would be anything between 50 lakhs to 1.5 million rupees.
Do you see more leisure homes in tier 2 cities?
Yes, there would be leisure homes in tier 2 cities, but they would be more again concentrated from the metros, I would say. Distance, let's say 50 to 100 kilometers from any metro. Let us say Bangalore, off Bangalore, or let's say Mumbai, you've got a lot of locations around Mumbai. So I would say they would again be focal point would be the metros. So any location which is 50 to 150 kilometers from the metros would be an area where the leisure homes would do very well.
Now, what about security for such homes?
Well, most of them would be gated communities. They would have their own infrastructure in place. Good property management companies would look after them. So that's an area where it would not be a problem. I don't see a leisure home would be a problem in terms of security. I don't see a problem at all. It would be very high value living, a very, very value for money kind of living there.
All right. Now, I have another question in my mind. Could you give us 5 tips that an NRI should keep in mind before investing in India?
Well, I would say an NRI or a local resident buyer who's buying, any home buyer or any property buyer should look at these tips. Of course, all the more the NRI who is probably not in Bangalore would have a little difficulty. First, most important factor, I would say the location. Any property, the location is the most critical factor. Number 2 is they should consider whether it suits their needs. Just not by seeing just glossy advertisements. They should absolutely check these properties, whether they actually are there or not there. The reputation of the builder is very, very important. Then they should consult a legal person to make sure they do a thorough legal check on the property. And of course, the most important thing, other aspect is the financing part of it. Whether there is a home loan available, whether they're eligible for a home loan, or they plan to come and live in this property, whether they would like to have their children come and stay, or they're looking at a retirement home. So keeping all these factors, they should make a decision. They should just not go in with fancy preconceived notions of what color pictures or color brochures show them. They should actually physically come and check it out. If they're not able to do that, then they should absolutely check and pick up very, very reputed, reliable brands.
All right. I hope our viewers will take all those tips, keep all that in mind before investing here. Thank you so much for being with us in our studio and sharing all that information with us and our viewers.
It's been my pleasure here.
All right, thanks. You just heard what Mr. Zahed Mehmood said. The market is really volatile. So to answer the question, if this is the right time to invest or not, well, there are several parameters that would determine that. We leave it to our viewers to make the right decision. Thank you so much.